Do this. Hold down Shift. See, we're still getting that issue. All right, let's go back to our left thigh, right, lefts. And we want to paint on this, and we'll do a 0.25 up here too. Go to our right thigh, paint these. Left thigh. Let's do a 0 because we don't want this to be a part of the left thigh. So you can paint negative weights. So we're going to do that like that. Go back to a 0.25. There we go. Get all this painted. Go back to 0. We don't need this painted. Because we're looking at our left thigh, so we don't need anything over here painted for left. Go back to 0.1, 0.25. All right, let's go back to our right thigh. That looks good. All right, let's just save our file. Let's look and see what this looks like if we go up to frame 30 and then go to frame 60. So we go in this way. This needs to be blended. So let's go back and do that. This is our left thigh that we're working on. Just hold down Shift. Move your painter through there. Your paintbrush. There you go. So this we wanna blend. So you can blend it like that, and then get the right thigh. Do a little bit of the right thigh on here too. That's good. You can blend this down a little bit more. Make sure you hold down Shift when you do that. Let's go back to our left thigh. Make sure we hold down Shift so this is symmetrical. There we go. All right, so this little part right here, we are going to want to blend this between both. But right now, let's go back to our pelvis, and we don't want to do that. Undo what you just did. We want to go back to our thighs. Since we have the legs up, it's going to move that mesh up. So we're on our right thigh right now. So if you hold down Shift, you should be able to blend those in a little bit. We might still get we're still getting that issue there. Let me see if I can blend it in so it looks good at this point. Pelvis, and we'll do a 0.01. That is not what you want. Let's see, let's do 0.1. Nope. Right thigh, 0.25. Let's try a 0.3. Looks like this wants to be, 0.3, and then the left thigh, let's do a 0.3. Want some of this. Let's see if we scrub now. It's a little bit better, but we got to get here. Nope. 0.25. Nope. 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 Stuff's on the pelvis. All right, so it's working on one side, but not the other. Let's see. Let's go back to our left pelvis. Let's go back to 0.3. Let's see what that looks like. That's better. When the leg is up anyway, you're not going to be able to see that. We do want to get this little pouch area though. So this one we can do, let's do a point. Let's go back to 0.1 and let's just hold down shift. And slowly let this conform so that it's smoother. Let's get some of the left thigh up in there too. This looks fine like this. All right, cool. Save your file. Let's go to frame 60 and see what that looks like. That looks pretty good. Nice. And that skin moving in the area right here, that's because the body is moving. The actual skin mesh for the stomach is moving with the spine and blending a little bit. Let's see what that looks like in the engine first before we start tinkering around with that. Let's work on the upper body right now. So let's do the same thing. Let's put this all to spine 3. We will hit W. We're going to save our file, Control S. We're going to go to Windows. We're going to open up our general editor again, and we're going to open up the component editor. Now we want to go back to vertex mode. Select one of the vertices, Shift and period until you have everything selected. Everything is selected. We want to put this all to spine 3. So select the first one and then scroll down and we'll hit 1 for spine 3. Now let's go back into our object mode and we want to set some keys. So let's unhide our joints and delete the keys that we had for the thighs. Oh, yeah, that's right. Delete these keys. Always start at the highest number and work your way down so that as you delete these keys, you're not deleting it and leaving it on frame 60 as your base. You want it to still be back to 0, 0, 0. You can still zero them out, but it's just good habit to work that way. So now that we're on frame 0, we can delete and everything should be back to its default pose. Now let's go up here. What we want to do here is we want to, let's move the breast joints out. Let's move them out on the x-axis so we can pull them out. Once we pull them out, it'll be a lot easier to paint the weights, I believe, onto the top, the bra, underwear, and then we'll have it conform to it. We'll try a few things before we get that far. We just want to make sure it's moving with it completely. So let's set some keys. So we're going to go here, select both of them, hit S on 0. Let's go out to frame 30 again. we want to move them out like that and hit S again. So let's move these back. So if you go to frame 0 and frame 30, now they're moving forward. Now let's select the top. We want to go back to our paint weights. It's already a part of the hierarchy of the joints. So now we want to go to our skin paint weights. Everything should be on spine 3. And what we're going to do now is we're going to paint to the breast joints. We have breast joint R and breast joint L. So we can start with R, which is going to be over here. And it's on a 0.1. So let's do a 0.25. If we move it out, let's hide our joints. Go back to show and hide joints. If we move this out here to like frame 10 and we start to paint, you can see that it starts to cover, and that's not going to be enough. So let's do a 0.5. All right, that's starting to paint a little bit more. We're going to do 0.75. All right, let's do a little bit more. So you can see there's going to be some parts where we want it to be almost 1 completely. So we just want to paint around on the edges just so we can get a little bit of blending there. So this part right here is probably going to be full on 1. So we can do 1 right here. There we go. All right. So now if we keep going all the way to 30, which is pretty extreme, and we're never going to really get to that, we still want to paint it out to there only because it's our worst case that we're going to have, and we want to make sure that this is really conforming well to the chest. You can always blend it more. But we want to make sure we get this as close as possible. Hold down shift on some of these areas. I'm just holding down shift a little bit on here. I want to do a 0.5 and I want to add these to it just for a little bit of give. Just 0.5. Work that through there a little bit. Just so it has a little bit of give to it. All right, so now that looks pretty good. So let's do the other one right quick. Then we need to work on the clavicle for the 2 parts that go across the shoulders. So let's go out to here. Let's go to 30, and we're looking at the left, and we're going to want that to be 0. I don't even know why this is pulling there. All right, so let's put this back on 1. Let's start in the center. As you can see, it's starting to pull forward. Just slowly work your way around. It'll start to grab the verts.